Uh, I just watched the movie, Ozu's Yasujiro's film called The Late Spring. And this is 1949 movies, and I think it is considered to be the best of Ozu. And I feel myself too, this is, the best Ozu film. It's about father and daughter relationship. I think they lost the mother probably a while ago, and I think daughter and the father living together for a long time. And the daughter is pretty much, early 20s, and all the classmates and everybody, getting married, and I think she's the kind of resisting to get married. And so psychology of this particular daughter is very interesting, and it's about love toward the father, because I think she felt pretty much very comfortable to live with father, and taking care of him, and and they are kind of a wealthy, very intellectual type of people there, living in Kamakura. I think he's a professor or something like that, and so she goes to the cultural events, like classical music concerts or no plays, and museums, art museums, and all these things. It's very, very prestigious status. In living in Kamakura, for example, even today, I think Kamakura considered to be a very, very rich city, and a very desirable type of place. And so it's depict that everything that you want to see. And however, this movie is about those Japanese tradition, Japanese culture. For example, like a tea ceremony. There's a long sequence of tea ceremony, and also long sequence of no plays, and all these things very depicted very well. And also they show the Kyoto also. They go to the trip to Kyoto, and see this Ryoanji temple, which is a Zen type of temple where all the yard is only gravel, and big stones located and here and there to create this particular illusions of the ocean and islands and so forth. And that's Ryoanji Temple in Kyoto is one of the most famous temple to visit. And so the audience look at all these beautiful, beautiful Japanese heritage type of scenery and history and all these things. And then during the course of the movie, the daughter, who was very, and I would say independent, very capable of taking care of herself. But for one thing, she feels that because she loved the father, she wants to keep that relationship forever. And that, even I think that today's standard, that could be possible. I mean, that could be if the father is okay with that, if the daughter is okay with that, I think they can go living together until, whole entire life or whatever. And but at that time, 1950s, 40s and 50s, there's no way that you can do that. The daughter has to get married and become independent, and the father has to face that inconveniences and so forth. And so the quite segments of this particular daughter's psychology is depicted, and very complex psychology, and she gets very jealous with the possibility of father getting remarried with someone, and she gets very, very jealous about that. And she consistently expressed her feeling of, when I think the man was kind of become single again when you get divorced, or you get the mother died or whatever, and the father getting married is considered to be for her kind of a dirty thing, and but she changes from that point of view to accepting that that people can be married with someone, and very happy for that. So she's kind of a pure-minded and asking herself to be pure-minded, and also other people to be pure-minded as well, in a sense of I would say I don't know. I would say it is something like a very family-oriented, happiness-oriented person, I would say. And so father and daughter relationships is very, very pure and real, and a daughter has to take care of father, and the father has to take care of daughter, and so forth. But in a sense, father feels, daughter has to find somebody else to get married, and daughter is, daughter is, I think, a very modern mind that, for her, she has a freedom to choose her own future, and for her it's okay to be single forever and to take care of a father, and that was kind of the most happiest circumstances for her. But she slowly realized that that is not the way to do. And so, it is probably one of the most intense movie, I think, by Ozu, and its focus is kind of one thing, is a particular daughter and her behaviors and her psychology, and focused on that. And the father's psychology a little bit. I think father's psychology is like a secondary, but at the end, father sit alone in the house, and you feel, and I cried because at the end it's a very, very poignant moment there. Especially the Setsuko Hara, who played the daughter. Setsuko Hara had been in the Ozu's film many, many times, and I think this is one of the first Ozu's film. He directed Setsuko Hara. She's tremendously great actress who display this complex feeling of that woman who could be jealous, or who could be nice, or who could be something in her mind, but she couldn't express, and all these things in this movie. And she was great acting there. I loved her in this film. And as you know, the Setsuko Hara became a very popular actress. And also there's a rumor, maybe, I heard something regarding she really liked Ozu, and but there's no tangible evidence of her loving Ozu. It's just rumor there, right? Okay, and Ozu also loved her, but there's nothing there, tangible, things. And Setsuko Hara, I think she never married, and she lived. She retired early on, and she never showed herself in a photo or anything after her retirement. She supposedly lived with this woman alone, and somewhere in Tokyo or whatever, and she passed away maybe 10 or 20 years ago. I don't remember. So that instance I remember, and so thinking of Ozu, directing her many times, and I think Ozu really loved her, her acting as an actress and as a person, and I believe that she really loved him as well. So thinking of that and watching this movie, I felt like, Setsuko Hara is expressing her feeling for the director. That's my own interpretation, and this particular love relationship, I think it was tremendous. Okay, bye.